Hello everyone, I am Manas Srivastava and you are watching the UPSC Essentials of the Indian Express. And now it's time for Issue at a Glance. So today in Issue at a Glance, we are going to discuss the World Population Prospects 2022. Let's first understand why was it in news. Dear aspirants, the World Population Prospects 2022 has projected that India will surpass China as the world's most populous country in 2023. This while the global population will reach 8 billion this year. Before going ahead, let's know what you're going to learn from this particular video. Firstly, what is the World Population Prospects 2022? Secondly, what are the main takeaways for the global population? Thirdly, how do the UN projection compare with India's census? Fourth, what is the significance of India overtaking China? And fifth, what should India do? Let's begin with the first important question, which is, what is the World Population Prospects 2022? Dear aspirants, the Population Division of the United Nations has been publishing the World Population Prospects in a biennial cycle since 1951. It does so by taking into account newly released national data to revise estimates of past trends of mortality, fertility, and international migration. Briefly understand that what are the main takeaway of this World Population Prospects 2022. Firstly, the world's population will continue to grow, but the pace of growth is going to slow down. Secondly, rates of population growth vary significantly across countries and regions. Thirdly, the report says more than half the projected increase in population up to 2050 will be concentrated in just 8 countries. Mark these countries on your map: Congo, Egypt, Ethiopia, India, Nigeria, Pakistan, the Philippines, and Tanzania. Fourth, the population of older persons is increasing both in numbers and as a share of the total population. Fifth, a sustained drop in fertility has led to an increased concentration of the population in the working ages. And sixth, international migration is having important impact on population trends from some countries. So these were the main takeaways. Now let us understand that how the UN projection compare with India's census. Dear aspirants, you should know that in India, the Registrar General comes out with a population projection based on the census. The last such projection was released in 2019. What you have to note that this projection was based on the census of 2011. According to K.S. James, who is Director and Senior Professor of the International Institute of Population Sciences, which is also known as IIPS, the census projection is slightly lower than the UN projection. He also said that if not in 2023, then in another few years, India would overtake China as the world's most populous country. Now let's move to another important question, which is, what is the significance of India overtaking China? Dear aspirants, the fact that India will overtake China in population is a well-known fact. These concerns no longer exist because the global population has already reached 8 billion. Several countries, including India, have achieved a replacement rate of fertility. So what is the concern? The concern now is about the quality of life of people alive. The focus now is shifted to whether we can reduce poverty, we can increase health facilities and education, etc. So now the question is, what can or what should India do? Dear aspirants, a population of more than 1.4 billion will require concentration on policy making in key areas. The areas of education, nutrition, healthcare, housing and employment. Data shows that in India, population in age group from 0 to 14 years and 15 to 24 years will continue to decline. Also, population in age group from 25 to 64 and 65 plus will continue to rise for the coming decades. Skilling is the only way to ensure that in the age group from 25 to 64, people are more productive and have better incomes. The 65 plus category is going to grow quite fast and it faces several challenges. Provisioning of social security is the biggest challenge. Dear aspirants, it is also correctly said that if we go back to our roots and stick around as families, as against the Western tendencies of going towards individualism, it will be good and better for the old age group people. You must also know that governments in India, except in a brief period during the time of emergency, have relied on persuasion and education as tools for population control. Now this is in contrast to China. One of the most important aspects here is that the policy makers have acknowledged the need to give women a greater say in fertility related decisions. Much more need to be done, especially in those areas in the large part of our country like Bihar, Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh, where the total fertility rate is higher than national average and where gender discrimination has deep social roots. The Indian Express also tells us that if India's estimated 700 million women are forced to remain on the sidelines, the country loses out on ideas and perspectives that are critical for addressing its several social and economic challenges. These challenges include those related to population as well as harnessing new challenges. This should be amongst the first concern in the wake of UN report. For understanding and reading more, do visit Udit Mishra's article in the explained section of the Indian Express and the editorial page of the Indian Express. This was the issue at a glance. Dear aspirants, UPSC Key and UPSC Essentials are two important initiatives of the Indian Express which will help you in your UPSC exams. To make the best use of the UPSC Key and other initiatives of the Indian Express related to UPSC, scan the QR code in the end of the video. Also subscribe to the Indian Express if you want to receive more such videos. Remember, think smart, work hard, conquer your goal.